What up, guys? Total Control 871. Unfortunately, I'm here at our Maze Landing Walmart under unhappy circumstances. The Dynaglow kerosene heater seems to have the fuel cap on the tank. It seems to have warped somehow. I don't understand how. It seems to have warped where when you fill up the tank with fuel and you go to like lift it up by the handle and move it, fuel just spills right out the cap as if the cap weren't even there. I've called the Walmart here inquiring about, because there are particulars. I've got the receipt, I've got the box, as you guys know. Returning the heater isn't necessarily what's in question. That's not what's in question. The snafu, the particular, is that well, the thing is filled with about $20 worth of fuel, you know, 20 some dollars worth of fuel. I want the heater even exchanged, not even refunded. And I want the fuel even exchanged. You know, they say that I can't bring the heater back with fuel in it because I've spoken with them on the phone already, and that I am to dump the fuel out before bringing it back. Oh, okay. Will you also replace the fuel with one of your $20 jugs? You know, I even have receipts that prove that I purchased your $20 jugs. They said no. So I'm about to go in here right now. I inquired with them about if they are the merchant and they're selling this, then they definitely assume some form of liability. It comes down to a $21 jug of kerosene fuel. It seems very, very stupid and ridiculous and very petty to a multi-billion-dollar industry like Walmart that it would put somebody's life in risk. For me to use that heater now, it's extremely dangerous. The fuel just spills out. Why would you do this? Why would you be willing to take on that kind of liability? Over $20, $21, you know. It seems very, very foolhardy. About to go in here. I asked to speak to a manager. They said they'll put me on hold. And of course the phone instantaneously hung up. There was no attempt to put me on hold. They just simply hung up the phone deliberately. Now, why do I get the feeling that some of you out there probably have had that happen to them too? Like I said, I do not believe that there's going to be any sort of, oh hey, we got a doggy. I do not believe that there's going to be any sort of reconciliation whatsoever. I don't expect to be properly compensated for them to replace the fuel. Today's episode is an expose. It is exposing Walmart's, how do we say this? We see multi-billion-dollar companies take on completely unnecessary liabilities all the time. We saw it with Karen Traw, although I don't think she's multi-billion-dollar. She's a franchise owner, but nevertheless, I'm sure she's very wealthy though. I'm sure she owns it's got to be tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars in McDonald's franchises. Anyway, the point is that for pittance, they could easily dodge these liability bullets, and yet they never do it. Could this be attributed to the hourly wage employer? I'll say it right now, even before I go in and engage these people. Can you necessarily blame them for being blasé? I don't care, I don't give a fuck, click, hang up. What are they paid? You know, the person that I spoke to could very well indeed be a food stamp recipient. They're paid nothing, so they have no real incentive to be proactive in the liability portion. I mean, liability. In other words, Walmart, guess what it pays for? Walmart, they do these kinds of They pull these kinds of stunts because they understand that their stores are the cheapest place to shop in town. Like I say, I already know I'm not going to get the fuel replaced. It's just for an expose. And they know that you're not going to go anyplace else. Walmart believes itself to be an unstoppable juggernaut. Walmart believes itself to be omnipotent in the world of retail. I don't know, it seems like there were retailers of old that used to feel that. Sears, Penny's, Macy's, they're all circling the drain. All right, we'll see if we can talk more on the way out. We're gonna go on right now and we're going to request to speak to a manager in regards to this. And yeah, we're gonna leave the camera rolling. We are still rolling, yes. All right, let's go do it. Yes, this Walmart do indeed know that I am homeless and disabled, and I'm sure that's going to factor into their flippant responses as well. How do you do? Would it be you that I would request to speak to a store manager, not necessarily a front-end manager, but a
store manager? I understand. May I see the receipt, sir? You still have to go to customer service manager.
Customer
sir,
service?
I'm gonna call them if I may.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, because they're the one I have to call them.
Okie dokie. I was trying to avoid the incredibly long line. Maybe we'll luck out. Hello.
Hello.
Could I speak to a store manager, like a...
I could ask, but she might not be available. You can speak to the assistant manager. You want to speak to the assistant manager?
Okay,
right
but-
underneath the store manager.
Well, I would like to speak to the top manager, and I would think they would want to make themselves available to me. You said that they're not available.
I mean, she might be, because usually we have to call like the MOD on duty. Then they go through them first, and then they'll get her if they can't handle the situation.
All right, then.
All right?
All right.
Let me get her to the MOD first. MOD up front. Just reach out, please.
And we're going to see now. Look at them. Money, money, money. They are making that money. Ah, a gentleman is purchasing a Dynaglow kerosene heater. Interesting. Battery's really dodgy on this thing too, so she might cut out. Yeah, they got themselves a Dynaglow heater and a jug of fuel, $20 jug of fuel. So like I was saying, Walmart, they fully understand the position that they are in and the position that the proletariat are in. You're going to capitulate to our demands. You will do as we say. I've spoken about this before. I think I was I know I tried speaking about it when I did the whole dealership episode. The paradigm of the economy has radically altered. There once upon a time was the customer dictated how the retailer functioned. That's not really so anymore. Like I say, once you've achieved a certain level of omnipotence, then it is the retailer that dictates to the customer.
Sir, someone's coming.
Oh, thank you so much. You know, we see it with our big tech companies, Apple, Google, Facebook. You know, to be honest, you know, going off on a little side tangent here, Facebook, they almost laugh at Congress when they go there. Hi, how you doing? Okay, so here's the situation. I don't know if it was you that I was speaking with, but I called earlier about a kerosene heater that I purchased here about a month ago. I got the receipt and the box. I know I can return the heater. Actually, I'm looking to do an even exchange. And I have been told that I have to dump out the fuel because I just fueled it up today with a $20 jug. And they say I had to dump out the fuel. I'm like, okay, I'll dump out the fuel, but can I get that fuel replaced? It's $20. I'm a disabled man on fixed income.
I mean, I can't reimburse you for the fuel that you put in there. I mean, you can maybe siphon it out and put it in an empty container.
I tried. I can't really speak for the engineering behind it.
Right.
But when I put the siphon into the fuel tank of the actual heater and started the pumping process, because I tried to pump it back out into its original container, it just started gushing out of the sides. I'm not a physicist. I can't tell you why.
Neither
but
am I. I mean, unfortunately, I can't, replace the kerosene for you. I mean, but you can't bring it in. They did tell you correct as far as bringing the oil into the store, because you can't have any of that, combustible type of stuff in the store.
Okay, I understand. I'm not really arguing the safety procedure. I understand flammable material.
And I can't reimburse you for the oil. That was your question, and I can't do that.
And you can't do that. So Walmart's okay with that kind of, the consumer is then bilked out of their money. Matter of fact, as I was standing here, I just saw a gentleman purchase one of your Dynaglows, which is what I have, and a jug of fuel. Were that to happen to him and his cap warps and no longer is in there, people are to just continually be shorted out of their fuel money. Times are very tough. I am a disabled man on a fixed income. I spend a great deal of money here, and it just seems to me, well, not speaking about you personally, because I understand you don't make your policies, but it just seems to me incredibly petty and demonstrative, and dare I even say draconian, that Walmart, a multi-billion-dollar industry, would be willing to bilk the proletariat, the poor, the meek, the lowliest among us, out of very, very precious money. That's money that once it's gone, because you're telling me in order to get this heater replaced, I have to take this fuel and just basically dump it.
Well, I'm not telling you to basically dump it. I'm just telling you when you bring it, it can't have the kerosene in it. So however you find to do that, I mean, I can't tell you how to do that. I can only tell you that I can't reimburse you for it, and that we'll, exchange the heater if there was a defect with it, as there are with lots of items that are made in China or here, or wherever they're made, and we exchange stuff all the time, but I can't replace the kerosene.
And Walmart's okay with taking on that kind of liability? I mean,
versus the liability of bringing the kerosene.
Of utilizing being forced to utilize the heater.
I'm not forcing you to use the heater. You can bring it back. You just can't bring it back with the oil.
I understand that, but I'm saying you're talking about. I don't know if you understand. It's ration.
And you're saying fixed income and all that
right.
stuff. We give a lot of money to the community. We do a lot of things for people that you're saying that need their money and look forward to that.
But apparently, one of the things you're not willing to do to the community
that is one of those things.
is.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
So Walmart takes in these billions of dollars while bilking the the lowliest
I'm
among
not saying
us.
that. I'm saying we'll gladly exchange it for you without the oil, and we're not going to reimburse you.
Not going to reimburse. All right, well, Chandra, you pretty much drawn your line. I'm sorry to hear that. As a final closing note, so many storm out of these retailing stores, declaring never to shop here again. I've already chronicled on my blog, my YouTube channel, that that's simply not even feasible any longer. Because I am so poor, I am confined and condemned to work in, excuse me, not work, but to shop here. I've been condemned to that. And I would like you, thank you for that facial expression. I would like.
I mean, condemn. You're.
It is.
You're more than welcome to your opinion, as am I.
It is how we, the consumer, feel that we are trapped. Some might that we are condemned to do this. So I don't know what else to say to you.
I can't really change your feelings on that, but hopefully they can change. But like I said, we'll exchange the meeting for you. That's no problem.
Well, thank you very much,
You're
Sandra.
welcome.
Let's see. We still rolling? Yes, we are. All right, guys. So there you go. Total Control A71, and Demigod Walmart. They do not care about your personal safety. They do not care if you are now out of very precious food money, fuel money, to defend yourself against the bitter and crippling cold. They're more than willing for you to just simply dump your fuel out with no replacement. They don't care if it leads to you freezing to death. They're okay with that. It's not their priority. It's not their concern. Like I said, I don't. Our manager Sandra, she was very nice, as we saw, but we also see that once you have attained a godlike status in retail, once your engine is self-sustaining, I mean, look at it. It's a self-sustaining engine. If every cashier in line were to suddenly flip out and backhanded slap every customer in their line,